Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hi, hello, it's day 3. It is raining, I have a headache, I'm tired. Updates from yesterday, I wasn't able to fall asleep until like 3 a.m. last night, and so when I eventually did, I woke up this morning. I had a spring in my step when I woke up this morning, surprisingly, because I woke up at like 7, even though I did not get good sleep last night. And it was surprising. Another surprising thing that I did today out of nowhere was wash my hair while I was having my bath, because I was like, I'm supposed to make my hair soon. I still don't know when. I have to call the salon and like schedule it soon, schedule it, whatever. But I don't know what day I want to go and make it. Or I know I need to wash it before I go and make it. So anyways, I washed my hair. Has it dried? No, because I don't have a hair dryer. I usually sit in front of the fan when I finish washing my hair because that just helps it to get dry. I never took the lights right after I finished having my bath this morning. I don't want to turn on my actual fan because then it will just be very noisy in here. Oh, I know something. I wanted to make a short TikTok about this, and I probably should still. But one of the major reasons why I didn't start creating content when I actually wanted to start creating content, which was years ago, like my YouTube channel I opened since like 2021 because I wanted to start making videos in 2021, but I couldn't get over myself. Anyways, one of the major reasons I didn't continue to make content in 2021 was because I wanted to make a particular, like a specific type of content, right? And that type of content was similar to what Best Dress was doing at the time, similar to who else was really out there that I watched a lot. Lin Who in the Nigerian audience? Maybe Amy. But like it was a lot of lifestyle things. I didn't have a lifestyle. I barely have a lifestyle right now because I don't leave my house. Everything I do is from within my house. And I only leave my house when I have to like work. But I wanted to do a lot of things that would require me to be very much out of my comfort zone. A lot of things that require me to like leave my house often. A lot of things that require me to spend a lot of money, which I didn't have at the time. 2021, I was probably in like my second year of uni. Because I had my eyes, like I had um tunneled in on that particular style or genre of content that I wanted to do, it became a that or nothing thing. Like I was either going to do that or I was going to do absolutely nothing. And so I settled for doing absolutely nothing because I couldn't afford to do that at the time. And so what has changed for me in this year is that I have realized that I like talking. I say that very, very often, but like, which is essentially it. I like talking. It is what I want to do, which is kind of the one thing that sets me apart from each of these other people. Like, yes, they also talk in most of their content, in most of their videos, but not as much as I do, not as much as I like to do. They have a more visual, like, visual thing to present, which I don't. And if I keep focusing on how I don't have that visual thing, I will end up doing nothing. And it's also the thing of regardless of what you do or how you do it, an hour is going to be an hour, a year is going to be a year, it is going to pass regardless. Like time is going to pass regardless of what you spend it doing. And it is not dependent on you to have figured out yourself. It's not dependent on you to have made a decision. Time is going to do whatever it wants to do regardless of what you do. And I keep thinking about how if I had started in 2021, I might have figured out like way more of that, whatever. It might have even been like sort of a learning curve for me because I would have gotten to a point where maybe I would be like, oh, I want to continue doing this, or I don't really want to continue doing this. But I would have figured something out by this time. I didn't, the time passed regardless, and now I'm here. Am I like the second best time to start is like now, obviously. So I'm happy that I'm getting started and like not being so focused on some particular things about what I'm doing. But at the same time, there's regret. Like also people treat regret like a very negative emotion. It is a negative emotion because you shouldn't like go about life feeling regrets about everything that you've ever done in your life. Like there's nothing, you can't change anything about the past. You can only move ahead to the future. But I don't always see regret as a solely negative thing. I also sometimes see it as reflecting on what could have been and reflecting on missed opportunities. The only problem now comes up in if you decide to dwell in that reflection, like daydreaming and like creating up scenarios and like doing things according to those made up scenarios that you've made in your head, that is when it becomes a problem. But if you solely regret for the basis of reflecting, like, oh, I wish I actually did this, because there's an opportunity I almost got in like 2024. I actually got it. Like, it was at the last point, and then I had like a number of options and I had to pick one, and I ended up picking an option, right, which I'm currently in right now. But ever so often I think back and think about how I would have preferred the other option, because generally I'm an excellent person, so there's rarely ever a scenario I find myself in that I don't excel in. It might be difficult, it might take some time, but I will excel eventually. So that opportunity came with exploring a new field of work that I wasn't even like, I had never worked in before. But with hindsight that I have right now in the year 2025, it's an opportunity I would have loved to take. If I knew at the beginning of 2025 I'll be facing so many like career uncertainties and I would want to explore other things outside my comfort zone, I would have had that experience from 2024. All of that reflection. What does that, how does that change like how I approach things and like opportunities this day? I'm more open to certain things. Like, obviously, my no is no. If I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm still much more open to new experiences than I ever have been in my life in general. Like, I'm open to doing things for the sake of them being done, not necessarily for some sort of incentive tied to the end of it. And that has helped me like get over the initial hurdle that comes with doing things, right? I'm able to, I think like my motto going into 2026 is to fail faster, which I believe is something that will help me try out a bunch of things and just fail as quickly as possible so that I can learn why I failed and then like, get better at it so that I'm not failing as often anymore. That is my motto. So getting comfortable with doing hard things, getting comfortable with doing difficult things, getting comfortable with doing things outside my comfort zone, also having boundaries to what I want to do and what I don't want to do. That's still there. It is. It's like nuance. I don't think I'm supposed to say that ever so often. But getting comfortable with doing things like that and then opening myself up to more opportunities. Because genuinely, if you ask me today, what do you like 5 years, where do you see yourself? I still don't know. I never have like a definitive, I never have a definitive answer to these questions. But with opening myself up to failure, opening myself up to failing and learning as quickly as possible, I will open myself to more opportunities that will give me a better tunnel vision and say, okay, when you tried this and failed it, you did not like any bit of it. So don't do like the bits that were concerned with this thing. Or when you tried this, you hated this part of this, but you really liked this part of this. So look for opportunities that align with this part of it. That's how my mind is working, and that is how I want my mind to work throughout 2026. I just sprayed my entire phone throughout 2026. I was going to show something in this video. Let me get it. The rain has gotten a bit heavier, so I don't think I will be able to go to get my hair done today. Which just means I will be able to start the process of sewing. But what I wanted to show you is in this envelope. So I like calendars. I like my calendar on my phone. I like my Google Calendar. I use that to schedule any and everything. Every single event I have coming up in December is already on my Google Calendar. That time has been blocked out. It helps me with planning because I always set reminders for a day before, an hour before, 10 minutes before, all of that. Really love that. One thing I've always wanted is a physical calendar, but not like the normal physical calendars that you get at companies' end of year party, whatever. Those I don't want those. Okay, I want my type of calendar. So initially, what I wanted to do, I got a calendar template in Canva, kind of put it together. I had a particular style I was going for. The plan was to print it and then laminate it, right? And then like pin that on the notice board thing that I have. If you don't know what that looks like, go check my Instagram. Somewhere it's like at the top. I think it's a pin post. If it's not, I'll probably make it a pin post. But yeah, so what I did was when I got there and I found out the price to print and laminate, I said no. Okay? I said no. So I ended up just printing. So this is my calendar. What is going to happen is I'm going to pin this. So for every month of the year, I'm going to pin this on my notice board. And then I'm going to use it because it has like the little boxes for the days, and then like if I have something important, I will figure out my system around it. But yeah, this is January. There's a theme, there's like a color theme I used for it, and I really like it. I want to show you my favorite one. This is one of my favorites for June. I really like, I think it's because it's also printed well, like the black is really shiny and all of that. The one I use for my birth month is not one of my favorites. It's okay, but it's not one of my favorites. And yeah, my two last favorites is November. Look how glossy the like top is. It's really glossy and like it printed really well. I really like it, and I think it's because of like the black and red. That's very pretty. And then the last one, my favorite, most favorite one is this December one. Again, printed beautifully, but also it just looks fabulous. Everything I used I got off Canva. The flowers I got off Canva, and then I got a color palette that I was using for a different project, and then I just applied it like across the entire design. But yeah, that's just my calendar. I want to show you what it's going to look like on my notice board. This is my notice board. I put a block of paper. This is A4 paper. I should probably stand here. This is A4 paper. I put this here to like figure out the spacing in comparison to the rest of the junk that I have here. And so this is where the calendar is going to sit. And so that will make it easy for me to like write something on it in the morning or like during the day, or to like move the pin that I'm going to use to say, oh, today is this, whatever. I have like regular cards I've collected through the year, wristbands from events that I've also attended. This tag was from an event. This is like a recipe for something. So the card I got with an order. This I got at an exhibition. That's what that looks like. Thank you for watching day 3. Let me let my head out. Thank you for watching day 3. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Take good care of yourself, and